thought you had a man though.
I do, and I'm single until I'm married. Unless you bring in something more than my man can bring me.
What you mean by that?
Everything is negotiable.
So basically, he pay all your bills. He do everything.
It's all about working smarter, not harder.
I mean, he sound like a pretty good guy then.
I know he is. It's a shame.
What you mean?
That's the law. I didn't make the rules. I need to make sure I have a monthly allowance. Like,
what?
Yes, what you thought?
A monthly allowance?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to discuss that first and foremost, and then we're going to break down the other requirements.
What's the other requirements you talking about?
It's going to be paying for my tuition. It's going to be startup costs associated with my business.
I got to do all those things?
Yes, absolutely, and more. I just got started.
But why you can't pay your own bill?
Why would I when I don't have to? Like, I have the power. Like, the cards are in my hands.
That's what you really think, huh?
That's what I know. That's why my bills are paid.
I like to travel. What you like to do?
I love to travel.
You do?
Yes. So where we going to Dubai?
I think you could travel and get the fuck out my car.
Oh!
I am a PR agency. It is my literal job to clean up mess. I am your Olivia Pope. I'm supposed to make the dirt clean. And upon making said dirt clean, I stand to, over the course of your career, make millions upon millions of dollars off of you. That's the entirety of my job, right? That's why I'm here. I'm used to getting my hands dirty. But upon looking at that shit, working with the lawyers, hey, what we got, we can spend it. I look at that shit and I say, yeah, it's time for me to get the fuck out of here. And this man ain't working with the rinky-dink cleanup crew. He work best connections in Hollywood type shit. Best connections. Thinking cap, you think they give up that A-lister bag, that Marvel bag, that Disney bag, without the situation being entirely hopeless? Not only the PR team, but the manager. Everybody around you, hightailing it out of there. And it's been some weeks, so they must have been looking at something. They must have been combing over the shits. What can we do? What can we piece together? And they looked at that shit and said, ain't no fucking way. What you think that means? You tell me. Very unfortunate.
You know, there's a flaw in her thought, right? She's pretty much saying, why would companies, like a PR company, want to continue representing the guy because they make money off of him, millions of money, right? He's an up-and-coming actor. Why would they risk losing millions of money if it wasn't clear-cut or close to it that he is at fault? I would say, look at the Johnny Depp thing, because you can never, with these situations, it is very hard to even say it's clear cut. Even if you trust your client, you can't trust how society will perceive it. You can't trust how the court systems will go about it. Well, how will they judge it? Even, let's say this, even if everyone believes he didn't do it, doesn't mean the court system will believe that. So what company wants to stand behind him while he's going through these trials and tribulations? Why would you want your name associated with it? Now, even a PR company, how could they spin this kind of allegation to make him look well? You really can't. An underdog, that's usually an underdog story, stuff like that. It's usually at the end, right? If he came out of it winning the case like Johnny Depp did, people would jump to tell the story of an underdog rising up. But again, looking at Johnny Depp, still to this day, companies are not hungering to be associated with him, even though he won, because it's still a stigma on his name. And people also think that, okay, what if it happens again? These things don't happen just once in a while or just once in a lifetime. Especially when you're a celebrity, these kind of situations can happen often. So if your name is not as clean cut, especially with now how today's age, it's very this type of subject, the Me Too stuff, this type of subject is very touchy, companies don't want to risk it by stand behind actors, celebrities with these kind of stories around them. And I think she's delusional in thinking that, why would they do it? Just because it's clean cut? No, it's not because if it was clean cut or not. It's because it's more trouble than you might think. And they can make millions off of the next person. Money's money.
Come on, let's think about this a little bit harder. Waste resources on a black man. This isn't just any black man. This ain't Daryl from down the block. This ain't Ray from up the street. This is Jonathan fucking Majors. The public loved this man. He was on the name on everybody's lips of who's hot. America's fucking sweetheart. Black people wanted to see this man win at the height of his career, and it was only going up. Number one movie, raking in dough. This isn't anybody. So for them to be sitting on, that's valuable. That's not wasting resources. If they could make this shit go away, that's a return on investment, a measurable return on investment. And if it was clear cut, they would have said, get this girl the fuck out of here. If the situation was clear cut, right? Everybody loves the redemption story. Jonathan Majors falsely accused. Evidence to support, the public would have ate that shit up. Even if it was murky, right? The way these people can flip shit. When you got a Jonathan Majors bag and Jonathan Majors connections, even if it was murky, if it was something they could have flipped, they would have flipped that shit. And it would have been worth it. Why? Because of the return on investment, immeasurable. But for them to say after weeks of pouring through and opening all the closets and looking under all the beds, for them to say, ain't shit we can do for you, partner. It's not good. It's not good.
In the end of the day, women are cared for more than men. You could even look at the justice system. When it's been a study where even if a man and a woman did the same exact crime, women will receive less punishment. Even when, let's say, the Jonathan Majors thing, if he even still is perceived as not guilty, the victim in this case, she will still not be perceived as the abuser or as the perpetrator, her name would not be dragged through the mud. Not really. Or not to the same degree if he was found guilty. Look at the Johnny Depp thing. Although Amber Heard is suffering from the ramifications of that case, if he was found guilty, his life will be completely destroyed and continuously attacked. Constantly called name, abuser, all these stuff. She is now allowed to just disappear in the background with no one even mentioning her, and women still defending her. In this case, even though he has not been found guilty or not, women still are attacking him. Women and even some men will still attack men because they view men as always the more violent one, as always the criminal one, as always the one that's worth sacrifice, that's worth nothing. And that's how society portrays men. Men are not worth anything. They are the ones to be sacrificed in life, while women are, they're prizes, they're pedestalized. They are the most important thing. They always say, women and children first. They are the most important ones. It's just how it is.
First of all, women all over the world, listen to me. Stop having babies with black men. I'm saying this because they have the proclivity to have negative relationships with their children. They abandon children. You are not the father. You are not the father. Are not the father. The lie you told about his paternity is your own. So just claim it.
Who seemingly have like some type of issue with single mothers,
Usually it's black men, because black men are the only ones who seem to have a difficult time with, caring for someone other than themselves. And a lot of times they don't have the resources to be able to take care of their own damn children. So why in the world would they take care of another man's? I'm sorry, Mr. G. You are not his father. Gianna, calm down, babe. It's okay. We're all here. We're all here. I'm here.
There is a reason why it's women and children first in law, and that's because their life matters. And if you talk about 100 women dying, people give a shit. If you talk about 100 men dying, it's happening right now in Ukraine. Nobody gives a fuck, and that's just the reality of the world. As a man, your life is not important. That's life.
No more. That's not a good thing, Marissa. At all. Everybody that you have ever that is close is gonna know about that. And it sucks to say that.
She fucking cheated, dog.
You cheat on him, and you work together. You know you were.
She told me it was a girls' trip at a bar. She invited another dude.
Why would you do something like that after the fact that Jose has sacrificed everything?
She asked this other dude, "Do you want to FaceTime after work?" After I was begging for her attention, she told me she couldn't text. I was begging to her. I was telling her, please, I just miss you so much. I want to talk to you. I don't care if it makes me sound like a simp. It's my girlfriend. We're coming up on our 1 year. 1 year. I'm trying to be fucking lovey-dovey with this girl, dude. Like, I want to start a life.
But that's how he's feeling. If the same thing, if you found out Jose cheated on you, you'd be saying the same fucking thing.
Dog.
But then you just ruined something. You had something good, bro. You have to see from that point. And now you don't. Now he doesn't want to be with you. He wants you gone out of his life.
Give me the dick.
And he was the best person for
Send
you.
her
He did
address.
everything for you. He took you to all your hair appointments, everything for you. He sacrificed all his friends and family time for you.
Fucked him, bro.
Well, you know what funny thing? His mom's finally back after 6 months. You know what he did? He didn't see her
And
till the next
texted
day.
another
You know why?
dude.
He chose to hang out with you.
Hey, come to
His
the
own
bar.
girlfriend.
She told me she wasn't gonna drink first
Why
off.
would
She was
you
the one who
do
bought
that,
the
Marissa?
drinks.
Why do you hang out with people like that? They're not good people to you. They want you to
She
get
told me it was a
fucked up
girls'
all
trip,
the time.
but finds out she invites
I'm
another
seriously,
dude to the bar.
You do not. Why would you
Fucking
do that?
liar, bro. You are a liar, bro.
You had a good person.
We're married, and you had 3 kids, 4 kids.
Sure.
Okay, and your woman were to cheat on you multiple times. You would stick it out. You would stay with her. You wouldn't care if she just.
No, I would not, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Men and women are not the same. A woman cheating on a man is not the same as a man cheating on a woman. I can go have sex with 3 hookers and come back to my wife and love her. If you go have sex with 3 different dudes, you will effectively don't love me anymore. That's the difference. Women have sex off emotion. Men have sex off of lust.
Scientifically proven,
But as I
actually.
keep saying before, that's your opinion.
No, that's a scientific fact,
That is an
actually.
absolute fact that men are designed to spread their seed far and wide. We don't have the same emotional attachment to sex that women do.
Yeah,
Let me ask you a
actually.
question. Do you run around and have sex with random dudes?
I plead the fifth.
Get your finger out of my armpit. We're just happy to see Jalen Rose welcoming in the man with. Get your finger out of my armpit. We're just happy to see Jalen Rose welcoming in the man with the best hair in television.
Here I come. Oh, here I come.
Get your finger out of my armpit. We're just happy to see Jalen Rose
Welcoming in the man with the best hair in.
I told you that bitch crazy.
Now to that false charge, 1 year in prison. That sentence tonight for the woman who falsely accused 2 football players from Sacred Heart University in Connecticut of. The students say what she did has changed their lives forever, even though they have been cleared of all wrongdoing.
Still, those 2 students were never arrested, never charged with any crime, but the accusation was serious enough, so much so they say they had to leave school, their reputation in tatters. A year in jail for telling a lie that cost 2 young men their college careers.
Holla! Molly, go ahead. Go ahead
LeVar,
before I
have
get
a
back to him.
LeVar, can I switch gears with you because I have a question
You
here.
can switch gears with me anytime.
Let's stay focused here.
Okay.
All right. Can you please?
I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Susie and Jeff, one of her last victims, told me tonight that he wouldn't wish what happened to him on anyone. He lives here in Irvine. That's where she targeted him. But now police believe that there are more victims all across the state, and they want you to take a very close look at her latest photo. 44-year-old Sunmi Kim, say police, is at it again. Accused of targeting unsuspecting men she meets online, dating them, then accusing them of domestic violence. Once she has them arrested, she returns to their homes and steals everything of value.
What the hell is even that?
Nearly 400 miles away, police in Mountain View say she struck again. Back in January, Kim, who went by another name, claimed her fiancé had attacked her, but she refused to give officers her name. Turns out the man they arrested was only her housemate, and while he was in jail, she cleared out his house and took off. She was arrested yesterday in Palo Alto. Police say she was on parole and supposed to remain in Orange County after serving 4 years behind bars for targeting men in Garden Grove, Orange, and Irvine 7 years ago. The man who lives in this Irvine condo told us he met Kim on the dating app KoreanCupid.com. He knew her just 1 week when she falsely accused him of domestic violence. He was arrested. Only later did police learn the truth and release him. The homeowner didn't want to go on camera, but he said that he trusted Kim because they shared the same Korean heritage. Kim was charged with a slew of crimes in 2011 and was released from prison 3 years ago.
So you said this about Me Too. So this is probably 40% of the reason I moved to Romania. In Eastern Europe, none of this garbage flies. You go to the police and say he raped me back in 1988. They'll say, well, you should have done something about it back then.
That one small sentence you've taken was from a 1-hour video where I explained that, of course, rape is disgusting. Of course, everybody should be punished for their crimes regardless of when they happen. But people are not perfect, male and female. And if you give women the opportunity to destroy men's lives without evidence, there's going to be a contingent of women who will do that. I'm trying to make a balanced and nuanced argument in a world where people have no attention span. They're going to take a few seconds, put it online, decide someone's good or bad, not be interested in the longer format video. We live in a world now with TikTok videos 5 or 6 seconds long. There's no content.
What's up is why you've been lying to me for 11 years, telling me that DJ is my real son. Why you been lying to me?
What have I been lying about?
I got a DNA test done.
A DNA saying what?
Saying that he's not my son.
Let me see this DNA test.
You don't need to see it. I saw it.
How DNA test gonna say?
How you gonna be lying to me for 11 years? Why would you do that to me?
Where's the lie?
The lie is you. You are the lie. You have been lying to me for 11 years, having me believe that my son that I've been raising for 11 years is not really my son. Like, how could you do that to me? Like, what can you say for yourself right now?
What made you get a DNA test?
Because I went through your phone.
And why?
Talking about me, laughing and bragging, telling your friends that I have no idea that he's really not my son. So I went and got a DNA test done. Like, you think I'm stupid or something? Like, how could you do this to me?
You know what?
You care more about me going through your phone than you lying to me about my son not being mine? Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? You care more about being humiliated and me finding out that our son is not really my son and that he has a different father. I sure have, because I thought he was my son. Because you've been lying to me this whole time.
What are you talking about? Does it matter?
It does matter. Are you crazy? What do you mean? That absolutely matters. Like, you don't see anything wrong with what you did? You don't see anything wrong with what you did? You've been lying to me. You've been sitting here lying to me for 11. Of course I love him, but I can't. But you guys can't stay. You can't stay here anymore.
Where we gonna go?
I don't know. It's not my problem. 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 You can't stay here. You can't stay here. You can't stay here. I don't know. It's not my problem. I did my job. I did my job. I did my job as a dad. I did my job as a dad. You can't stay here anymore. Y'all gotta go. Both y'all can't stay anymore. No, I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. Y'all can't stay here anymore. Y'all gotta go. Y'all gotta get y'all house. Y'all gotta go. I can't deal with it. I'm putting y'all out. Yes.
Who's gonna put
I'm gonna put you out. I'm gonna put you out. I will pack your bags myself and put you out of here. I will pack your bags. Y'all can't stay here. You gotta go. You lied to me. You lied to me. You lied to me for 11 years.
And you
For
lied
11 years straight, you lied to me. Having me believe that he's my son. No, you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta get up out of here. You gotta get up out of here. No, I can't look at you. I can't look at, no.